Got to keep this party moving here. I'll take a drink while you're typing in. Yeah, I'm waiting for everybody. Type one thing. Suffering is not mandatory. It's choice, 100%. Yeah, 100%. It is a choice. Yep. And most of the time, the suffering, just so you know, that you had, that you think is bad, is probably the greatest good. Like my biggest sufferings have created my greatest motivation. Anybody else? Now, some of it might have created your greatest pain. Let me give you something I learned about the mind. The minute you turn your greatest pain into your greatest motivation, you will create things that people only dream about. Write that down. The minute you turn your biggest suffering into your greatest motivation, you will create things that the world, like people would only dream about. Okay, so now how your mind redefines all the pain created a monster, 100%. How your mind redefines your values. Okay, what are your values in life right now? Let's look at this. Some people's value, it's security, right? It's security. I want peace of mind and not to worry about bills. Be transparent with me. How many of you would just love financial security? Type it in the chat bar. Type in $signs if you want. I think a lot of people would. I'm going to tell you, it's not harder. It's not as hard as you think. And please, what I'm going to share, I don't want to be one of these people talking about you like you're not on here because I'm bragging to you about shit I did. I'm not impressed with what I did. Okay. I did things because I trained my mind over years and decades to learn how to do things. So I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying this to give you a sense of possibility. You know, if you look at security, my wife and I made a decision when we were 28 years old, we would be mortgage free forever. We've been mortgage free since we're 28. I'm level 51 right now. Now, again, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that that was a mind. Now, did we have a 5,000 square foot palace when we were 28? No, but we had a home with no stress on that. No stress, right? Some people, it's money is hard to get. How many of you have been told you got to fight for money? You got to go grab money. You got to work 1 million hours for money. You got to work for it. And you've been programmed that if you don't work, but money comes in, you should feel bad. You're lazy. You didn't earn it. I earned money with my mind for years and years and years, right? By product of mindset. Yeah. Now, retirement. I want a comfortable retirement, right? A comfortable retirement. I don't know. I mean, if that's one of your values, it is. You want that. Maybe it's not what you want. Maybe not comfortable. Maybe better than comfortable. And then family, right? I struggle to provide for my family's immediate needs. Family's needs. Have any of you, I'll talk to the men here. Have any of you turned into your dad? What do you think? I own the utility company? What do you think? I own the bank? Did any of you catch yourself? You're like your dad? What do I look like? I got a money tree? You got to work hard for this, right? My husband every day. Yeah. Yeah. Because unfortunately, these values were handed to him. And, you know, my dad used to tell me, he used to say, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. And I believe that. And then I built a company that was at that time doing $10 million. I said, Dad, this was all wrong. If I had orange trees, lemon trees, apple trees, I could pull them right off and sell them for money. Money grows on trees everywhere. He just didn't know that because that's what his dad taught him and his dad taught him. Oh, money grows on trees everywhere. Guess the number one. How many of you want a money tree? Type in chat bar money tree. You want a money tree? Just produce money for you? Cool. You already have it. You're the money tree. Your thinking is the money tree. You just don't know how to align your thinking today compared to the thinking you're programmed with. Now, what could your values be with mind growth? Opportunity. I mean, when I was building companies, every place I went, didn't matter if it was the grocery store. Let's see if Dwayne probably heard me say this before, if he's still on here, or someone else probably heard me. If I went to a grocery store, to a seminar, to a trade show, I only went there and didn't leave until I found one thing. Does anybody know? I didn't leave until I found one thing. Type in the chat bar what it was. Let's see if anybody here knows. Okay, I'll just give it to you because we have a lot to do. $1 million idea. Everywhere I went, I did not leave until, oh, Anthony's on here, until I got a $1 million idea. The minute I got the 1 million idea, I didn't need anything else. I left and then I created another million. Now, another mindset is wealth, right? Wealth. Wealth comes effortlessly. How does that feel to live in a state like that? Like money comes every. Now, you may not believe it today, but that's why you don't have it. The minute you believe it, you'll have it. Or freedom daily. Freedom daily, right? I never want to retire. The day I retire, I'm dead. Why would I? Because if there's something I hate, I'm going to find the quickest way to stop doing it. I promise you. Now, it doesn't mean I have to quit it today, but I'm going to find a way to quit that sucker tomorrow or the next day or a year from now or 3 years from now. I am not going to live doing something I hate, right? And maybe about this for a value. How many of you want this? Generational wealth. Generational wealth. And I think there's like this, everybody, right? There's this first part where you say to yourself, I just want safety, right? I just want a little bit of safety in my mind, knowing you could produce money at will. Then all of a sudden you go here and it's like security. I just want to know that I have financial security. I could do what I want, where I want, with who I want, without any worries about time and money. And then you go here and you go, you know what? I want generational wealth. That's it. You know what I want? I'll show you. Generational mind growth. That's what I want. That's part of why I've written 17 books so far. We got another one that's coming out, which led up to this, Mind Power, that's coming out. I want generational mind growth. So you could break every boundary for every generation to come. How does that feel? Type in an emotion in the chat bar. How does that feel to you? How does that feel? And then we'll talk about right now how to think differently. When we encounter a situation in life, it causes us to shift, right? Our growth mindset or fixed mindset. The key is when you realize it, can you shift out of the fixed mindset? Draw this out. Let's do it together. Here's what we have, our life, right? We have our life. And then guess what? We get a nice little situation. Any of you get to deal with a situation, right? And then you identify, wait a minute, this situation. Do I have a fixed mindset on this? Like, do I have a fixed mindset on this situation? And you start to think to yourself, hang on, you realize you're in a fixed mindset. And you immediately go, wait a second, I got to reset this sucker, right? I got to create a sense of reset. And I got to get here to mind growth. Now, I just gave you the easiest thing and the toughest thing in the world to do, everybody. The easiest thing and the toughest thing to do. The easiest thing that I gave you is now you know how to escape pain, torture, punishment in your mind. The difficult thing is now you just got to remember to do it and go for mind growth. Now, if you look here, the same thing, and we talk about our life, Don't redraw it again. Stay with your one diagram. We have a situation, right? We have mind growth and we have fixed mindset. And all of a sudden, boom, something happens. Now, there's a couple things that help you course correct from fixed mindset to mind growth. One, learning new strategies. You're here to learn new strategies, right? You're here to learn new strategies. The next thing is learning from others who have done it before. Now, there's people that have done it that can do it and they don't know how to do it again. There's people that have done it and keep doing it. There's people that have done it that keep doing it and teach how to do it, right? Now, the other thing is reminding yourself of the highest values. Live within your values. Live within your values. I'm watching some people in the world, they're really wealthy. They tell people they're really happy and they're really sad. And they're only happy when they're creating and they're making money, but their value is love and they're not getting it from the money they're creating. So they're living in the state of escaping, and instead of getting back to themselves, they get caught in a matrix of some kind, right? And what happens is they're creating, you start to say to yourself, wait a minute, let me create a new plan that inspires you, And if anybody's telling you this is like a one-time thing, 10-minute thing, I haven't figured that out. It's been a 3-decade thing for